watching this unboxing video. I don't know when I will have time to build this guy, as I will be leaving on a trip.
Oh boy, I can't wait for TNG to review the Gundam F91. What? It's been 4 years already, and he hasn't reviewed it yet?
We live in a society. Isn't that right, Plastic Disasta? We are forced to learn, to get well-paying jobs in order to make money. That's how you thrive in this society. That's how you survive. That's how you can do the things you love. So you can forgive me if I didn't review a model kit that I got over 4 years ago. But no, of course, you have to be the one to call me out. Fine, I'll play your game. Looks like I'll be reviewing the Gundam Expo exclusive clear color F91. I hope this makes you happy, Plastic Disasta. So I hope you enjoyed that little intro. If you couldn't tell, I was trying to parody the Joker scene in Zack Snyder's Justice League. So ask and you shall receive. I was requested to review this kit by Plastic Disasta, and a few things I want to say before I get into the review. First of all, for a bit of a backstory, this kit came out during the 2014 Gunpla World Expo, and I actually got this kit during my trip in Japan, and I found it at a store called Mandorake. Now, I did build this kit over 4 years ago, so unfortunately I don't have all the accessories for it. So this isn't going to be a real detailed in-depth review. It's more just to show off the exclusive colors. So with all that being said, let's get started with the details. So since this is the Afterimage clear version, of course for the plastic they went with a very nice clear plastic here. And what's really cool about that is that they actually got a nice sparkling effect going throughout the clear parts anyways. I don't really know how they achieved this, but this just looks awesome. It's like they actually infused it inside the clear pieces, so they don't like come off if you like wipe it. It's like actually on the inside part of the plastic, and that just looks really cool. They could have just made this a normal clear kit, but they went the extra step and added all this very cool sparkly effects going all throughout the clear pieces anyways. Obviously the whole kit itself isn't clear. It does have some normal gray pieces like for the chest and for the joints, as well as the hands as well, but for the most part I really do like the effects that I went with here. So now for these stickers, I don't really remember which stickers I applied. I'm pretty sure I only actually applied the F in the 91. I don't remember how many other stickers came with this kit. I didn't even apply the eye stickers there just because I wanted to show off as much of the clear plastic as possible. So yeah, overall, as you can see, zooming in here, I just really like how this looks, especially with all of those sparkles. You can really, like, zooming in here, you can see how it's actually infused inside the plastic itself. And yeah, again, I don't really know how they did this, but I really am a fan of how this looks here. See the legs here going up to the waist. That clear red piece looks really cool for the crotch piece there. And then the blue for the chest looks awesome with the clear colors and all those sparkles going throughout there. And finally getting to the head, it looks really cool as well. As you can see, all the detail is still there. It's just harder to pick out in the clear plastic, obviously. And because this is a clear kit, I actually didn't want to panel line it because I didn't want to risk ruining the clear effect that they got going on here. So this is literally just a straight build out of the box. I didn't even put on the stickers besides the F91, obviously. So we just snap this together. This is exactly how it will look like. So Anyway, taking a look at the back, you can see this backpack piece looks really cool. It's got all these different thrusters here. At least I'm pretty sure these are thrusters. I'm not 100% sure. And there's also this area here, which don't really know what these are. I think it's like to help disperse the air to make it go faster or something like that. But yeah, overall, this is a really cool piece and it'll definitely stand out on your shelf. So let's get into the articulation next. Alright, so getting straight into the articulation, as you can see, the neck is on a double ball joint. So there is a ball joint that connects the neck to the body, and then there's a ball joint that connects the neck to the head. So that allows a really excellent range of motion looking down and looking up. You can look up really nicely there. You also get some side to side motion as well as some rotation. So if you wanted to, you can get them to rotate a full 360 degrees. Now the arms can of course also rotate. They are on a little joint in there that is attached to a ball joint, so that allows for some forward and back motion. The elbows or shoulders can move separately from the arms. There is rotation at the biceps, and for the elbow bend, it does bend at 2 joints, more than a 90-degree angle there, so that's pretty decent. The wrists are of course on ball joints, so you get a very nice motion going forward, and then going back it is hindered because of this piece. There's a little bit of up and down motion, and there is rotation. Now for the waist, as you can see, it is just a ball joint in there. So attaching that back, you do get some crunching motion there, as well as some side to side and some rotation. Now the front skirts do move separately from each other, and the side skirts do move as well. The back skirts unfortunately don't move at all. They're just stuck in place. So the legs can kick out pretty nicely here, and going back it is obviously hindered because the back skirts don't move. And going out, you do get a decent spread here. You can do the full splits, which is nice. And for the thighs, there is rotation, and then the leg joint can bend at 2 joints. So you get a pretty decent bend here. And obviously, as you can see, this leg is pretty loose, but you can see how it's attached in there. Just a little peg or a little poly cap that plugs into that peg in there. And then finally getting to the feet, they can go up very nicely there, back, side to side, rotate, and then the ankle guard is on a little ball joint in there, so that means the ankle guard can just rotate, move a little, do everything that a ball joint can do. So that's about it for the articulation. It's pretty decent, especially for how old this kit is. So let me just attach this side skirt back on. It does have some issues with it not staying together. I don't know if it's just my kit, but like the legs really loose, the waist falls off easily. These side skirts do have a tendency of popping off sometimes as well. But besides that, it really does have some decent articulation. Alright, so now let's get into part 30, which is the accessories. Alright, so this is going to be an interesting part because I don't have all of the accessories with me at the moment. So this isn't going to be a real in-depth section, but we will definitely take a look at the accessories I do have. So starting off, we're going to take a look at his rail guns. Now these do go onto the sides here, but unfortunately, as you can see, the peg on the other side snapped. So you can see right there, you can see where it snapped clean off there. But as you can see, yeah, this is a really thin piece of plastic in there, and you can see it can, well, in theory this part can move forward and back slightly, but just because of how thin that piece is, I really don't want to risk breaking it like I did this one. So as I said, these can move in theory, but I'm just going to leave this one how it is just because I don't want to risk breaking it. But getting back to this gun here, I know it has a name, but I don't know what it's called off the top of my head anyways. But obviously this can plug into the side like so, and then this piece decided to fall out. Let me see, attaches in like that. There we go. So you can see with it attached, it can move to the side like that. It can also rotate, and the main gimmick with this is I can actually open up like that, and then once you extend it all the way, you can pull out a handle so that you can get the kit to hold on to the side guns here. But for now, I'm just going to collapse it back into its original form. Now getting into his other accessories, he does come with a basic beam rifle here. It does look pretty good. Again, it's a fairly basic design, nothing really too crazy. The clear piece does look cool, but besides that, it's just a pretty standard looking gun. Now this handle doesn't move at all. I thought it could, but it's actually just stuck in place. And of course, it can fit into his hand very easily here, like so. Although if you actually want him to fully hold it all the way, you're gonna have to open up the hand. So this, just take this apart, and then you stick the gun in like that. Wrap the trigger finger around the trigger there, and then take the hand guard and just put it back in like that. So there is the F91 holding his rifle, and that does look pretty nice. So getting into the final accessory I do have anyways, it is his bazooka. Again, I'm pretty sure that this has a name, but I don't know it. So yeah, again, I really do like how this looks in the clear color here. It just looks awesome. It does have a handle that can hinge up and down, and it has this gray front section as well as a gray back section. And it can also be stored on the waist area. As you can see, there is a peg here that can plug into a hole right in there, so you can just plug it in like so. If I can get it in, it'll probably be easier if I took the side gun off. Alright, so this is what it looks like with the bazooka attached to the waist, and it's a pretty solid connection actually. As you can see, if I shake it, besides the leg being loose here, the bazooka isn't going anywhere, so it's a solid connection. So that's really nice. And really, that's about all the accessories I actually have for this kit still. Again, I don't really know what happened to the other accessories. I'm sure it's somewhere in my storage, but anyways, for now, this is what we're working with here. But for the other accessories that this kit did come with, it does come with a pair of beam sabers. It also comes with a energy shield, which was really cool looking. It also comes with a set of hands. I'm pretty sure they were just open hands, as well as the trigger finger hand, which is already on the beam rifle. It also came with an extra faceplate that you can replace simply by just pulling this part of the helmet off, and then you would replace the faceplate, and then you would reattach the top part of the helmet back onto the face simply by as you can see, there has a long peg sticking out here. It's just going to plug into a little slot on the inside of the helmet, and then you can just plug it in like so. So I'm pretty sure that was about it for the accessories. So not a bad amount of stuff. I just wish that the plastic for the peg for the side guns was a bit more sturdy, because it really sucks that the one on the right side just kind of snapped, our left side just snapped off there. So for now, he only has one of his rail guns, or whatever you call these things. We keep calling it the rail gun. So see if I can reattach this on here and get him into a little bit of a pose here. So there you go. There is what the F91 looks like with all the accessories. Well, at least all the accessories that I have for it right now. So anyways, let's quickly get into some size comparisons in the next part, and then we'll get into my final thoughts on the kit. So getting into some size comparisons, since this is a fairly small mobile suit, you would expect the model kit to also be pretty small. So starting off, here he is with the high-grade Leo, and what's surprising is that even the Leo, which is also a pretty small mobile suit, is a bit bigger than the F91. Comparing him with some other Gundams, here he is with the Beyond Global, the RX-78-2, and as you can see, the RX-78-2 absolutely towers over the F91. Next, bringing in a slightly bigger Gundam, here he is with the high-grade Future Century God Gundam. As you can see, yeah, this is starting to get comical. And speaking of comical, here he is with the absolutely massive high-grade new Gundam. As you can see, yeah, the new Gundam absolutely towers over the F91. As you can see, I have to move the camera up to get them all the way in the shot. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is actually accurate scaling to how they would scale in the show. Just because the new Gundam is massive and the F91 is a really small mobile suit. So, yeah. Alright, so getting to the final part, which is the conclusion. So what do I think about this kit? Well, obviously I do love the clear plastic that they used here. I think this looks awesome. Now, as a kit itself, I don't know if it's just due to the fact that clear plastic is just a bit more brittle than normal plastic, but my model kit does have a few issues with things falling off easily and things breaking. As you saw, the side of the railgun on the left side did break off, and that was a bit disappointing. Now, I was talking to my buddy Plastic Disasta, who actually did a more in-depth detailed review on the standard release F91, and he was telling me that his kit was perfectly sturdy and it had no issues at all. So again, I don't know if it was just something with my kit or if anyone else has experience with building this clear version. Let me know how their kit has held up over the years. But for looks, this looks great. Just be careful when playing around with it. You definitely don't want things breaking off like with mine. But overall, if you can find it for a decent price, I would still recommend it just because this is an absolute showstopper of a piece. So anyways, that's what for this review. I hope you guys enjoyed. As I said, if you want a more in-depth review, definitely go check out Plastic Disastas. I will put a link to his video in the description below. But if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave this video a like, leave a comment if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, and let me know what you think of this Gunpla Expo exclusive version. And don't forget to subscribe as well as turn that notification bell. And finally, don't forget to join the Discord. It's actually been growing quite a bit, so I hope you will consider joining. Again, I'll put a link to that in the description below. So anyways, guys, I will see you in the next video. Peace.